Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup Utonium are together the famous Powerpuff Girls. All three are incredibly well-behaved and adjusted little girls. This is due to the love and care the professor puts forth into raising them. Aside from their powers, they are on the surface perfectly normal little girls, though the three of them have their own talents that make them stand out. All three of them are advanced for their age, but Blossom particularly is exceptionally intelligent. With keen observational skills, Blossom has managed to put things together that others have missed. For example, being Dr. Gallium being the very same superhero that the professor adores. While Blossom hasn't told anyone about this, especially because it feels wrong to out Gallium like that. She is catching on to Professor's lingering stares at Gallium whenever he visits Midway, and she happens to be there with the Rowdyruffs. All three girls suspect that their father and creator may have somewhat of a crush on Dr. Gallium, though he refuses to admit it if confronted, citing that she is the most insufferable woman he has ever had the displeasure of meeting. But none of them believe him. All three girls were uncomfortable at first with seeing the Rowdyruffs again after so long. Their last defeat was sure to leave a bad taste in the boys' mouth, but the boys seemed to be uncaring about seeing them again. All three of the boys seeming far more concerned with their new mother. Bubbles outed the girls approached Boomer once to ask why they were behaving relatively well at school. To which Boomer replied, "I like having a home. I don't want to be kicked out again." It was then the girls learned of the boys' time in the foster system. While still having a rivalry between the two groups, the girls eased off of them when they realized the boys had a hard time in the last 2 years since they saw them. Buttercup had made the mistake of asking why didn't him or Mojo come get them. This was met with stiff silence from the boys in response. Butch managed to choke out in an angry voice, "Who cares about those stupid losers? We have Gallium now." The girls were stunned into silence seeing that they had touched a sensitive subject. Now slowly adjusted to school life, Bubbles and Boomer regularly play together. Brick and Blossom regularly have intellectual battles with tests, Brick looking smug every time he manages to come out on top. Butch and Buttercup tend to avoid each other outside of playing sports against each other. For the girls, it has been relatively nice to have a group of kids similar to them at school. It's also nice to see how the boys try to hide their excitement whenever Gallium comes to pick them up, though Boomer always flies into her arms hugging her tightly every time. While they are generally happy for the boys, there is a touch of jealousy for the girls. Because, while the professor is nice, having a dad isn't the same as having a mom. Though Blossom wonders if that'll change very soon.